And you've been to a lot of groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings this year. These projects created a lot of jobs in the state. And I'd also point out that a lot of states are beginning to create renewable energy curricula in their state colleges and community colleges. And I'm wondering if you think there might be an opportunity to develop these kinds of curricula in the state universities or community colleges here in Colorado.
Yeah, absolutely, and actually we're working on it. When Don Elliman runs my Office of Economic Development, so and again, so many of you are involved in politics, you can appreciate this. We had this ambitious economic development agenda, and we had 8 or 9 things on it, major things. Don, when I hired him on, he's out of the private sector, he was a publisher at Sports Illustrated, Time Magazine, comes to me and he says, Bill, I'll only do 4, but I'll do them really well. And he said, we can make all of those other things a part of it, but when we're talking about it, we're not going to tell audiences we're doing 9 things. Right? He said, to get away with that in the campaign, you can't get away with it when you really are doing the business of government. So it's about these things. It's about tourism, it is about renewable energy, it is about aerospace, and finally it's about biosciences. Those are the clusters. Now, I didn't include the traditional energy because that is just booming. It's booming without our help, and we think, again, that's a good thing as long as we pay attention to the impact. We think renewable energy is this place where we can really build on what we're doing, and obviously that's the work we're doing. So then in addition to that, we're building this jobs cabinet, and the jobs cabinet brings people out of education, K through 12 and higher education. It brings people out of economic development circles in government, chambers of commerce, and then people from the private sector, and we're sitting down. We had this great meeting in northern Colorado. Be very proud of us, because one of the discussion items was on these sectors that we're focusing on, what's happening in the education system, both K through 12 and in higher education, to really inspire people to join this sector. And the reason it's important, like in renewable energy, if you visit ethanol plants, and we visited one in Windsor, Colorado, they're basically people with degrees in chemistry or microbiology sitting at computers doing all the work on laptops to ensure the mix is right. You go to that wind farm in Lamar that was just east of the one we were at, the one we just broke, or that we did the ribbon cutting on. You go to their station where they have all of the troubleshooting that happens in those 108 turbines. It all happens off of a laptop. All of it begins because the person is tech savvy, go into a laptop, do the troubleshooting, they figure out what's wrong with the turbine, and then they climb the turbine and get there and actually do the repair work. All of the meteorological data is fed from California on that. It's all IT work. And if you think about renewable energy, most of what's going on in the renewable energy world is going to involve a tech-savvy worker. So if we're going to create jobs, we have to create the supply chain for those kids who could be educated and enter that, and we understand that. Northeastern Junior College is thinking about their role in making sure that people with 2-year associate's degrees can leave Northeastern and enter this wind farm economy. Same is happening in the Lamar Community College, that they get it, that there has to be this intersection. So they're meeting with people in the private sector and asking questions, what kind of a curriculum do we need to develop in these community colleges so that we can bring people out here with a 2-year degree and they can enter the workforce. Same is true with respect to CU, CSU, Colorado School of Mines. I feel very good about those research universities and what they are doing with respect to research around renewable energy, but also in trying to educate people who are computer savvy, tech savvy, and can enter that economy. So we have it, we get it, we're focusing on it. We hope there's not too much lag time, because this economy is building at a very rapid pace, and we need to supply the workforce so that we can keep up and we're not importing jobs like the traditional energy sector has had to do. And I forget Meg, I think it was in Canada, who said to me that they had 150 new employees move onto the West Slope. Only 2 of them were from Colorado. The average salary was over $82,000. We imported 148 out of 150 energy workers into the gas fields, and these are the mid-level management, upper-level management jobs, and they imported them. These are new jobs imported from outside Colorado. That is not going to happen in renewable energy, and we're going to do everything we can that it doesn't happen in these other sectors where we're building the economy in this state. So thank you, thanks for the question, thanks for your time today.